Oh, it's nice and clear. Okay. So, so I'm going to use this right here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go in with this. This is an ordinary pencil and it's in the color dark brown. So I'm gonna use this pencil right here as well. And I'm trying to hit the share button to share and all of my places. So, all right. So I'm just going to go ahead. Let me brush my brow in place. So I wanted to try this live because I've never went live on YouTube. I didn't even know until recently that YouTube you can even go live. So I was a little excited. So I said, let me try this thing out and see how it works. So, all right. And I'm just going to take my time. I like to pretty much create the line and then you make sure you fill it in as you go. Hey, Tiffany, I had to try it. I never tried it before. I said, let me try this. It's way clear on my cell phone, so I'm using my cell phone to do it. But I was like, I have never tried live here. So thank you for coming on. If you can, please share for me. Please, please, please share. Yeah, right. It's much clearer. I was like, okay, okay, I see. So I just wanted to try this because I've never did the live before, except for when I tried it and it did not go good. It was not clear at all. So I said, let me go ahead and try it this morning. I gotta go to the post office to do a box drop off, and then for one of my friends. Oh, cause is it that clear? I need to do a box drop off. So I was like, let me get cute. So I can walk in some stores and stuff and feel cute. So that is what I'm doing. Let me sharpen my pencil. Y'all, I should have been sharpening my pencil, but y'all know how that go. But it looks like the communication is like kind of like Facebook. That's kind of cool. Oh, what do you mean? How to check it out? Now, I like to make sure that the bottom line is as distinct as possible. So then you can have that nice shape that fade in the front. It's like, I like faded brows in the front. So that's why I like to do it like that. So you make sure your line is bold. They're even, I can see that. And I just go along with the bottom shape. I mean, with the bottom. Oh, I think you share it just like a video, so you got to I think it says like you got to go off and then go to my channel and then you share it like that. Yeah, I think that's how you do it. Yeah, that's at least that's how I did it. The first time you share it just like you share an ordinary YouTube video. You got to go off of it or something like that. All right. Boom. Okay, so now onto the concealer. And I never went live here, so I'm going to explain everything to you guys. So I'm going to go in with my NYX, and this is in the color Nutmeg. I like to clean up my brows with this first. And then after I clean up my brows with that, then I go in and I do the highlighting part, okay? Um, Now, I try, y'all, I'm special. I try to make sure that my brows are as even as I can get them, okay? So, boom. Okay, as far as brush wise, because people are probably going to ask me, well, what brushes did you use? I'm using an ordinary, really small, fine brush that's flat. And I'm just going to take it, I'm going to set it flat. Well, use the tip to do underneath and then lay it flat to do the top. So I like to take my time. When you take your time, you get that good sharp line. I don't know. Take your time so that you can get that bold line. All right. And I'm gonna just go to the top and do the top. Okay. I'm just taking my time and I'm just going down the side of the brow.
Saturate us, empty us. We are vessels before you, God. Come on, let's begin to empty yourself tonight.
And
Just
you
begin
just
to
want to
empty
make sure that you have it nice and clean. You want to take your time so you can get that nice, clean, sharp line. That's how you get really good brows, is taking your time. Some people think that you can rush through. You can't rush through your brows and still get a really good brow. So take your time. Take your time. So, boom. And then I'm just going to take it and I'm going to close it up to make it extra skinny at the bottom. And then I'm just going to pull all that product down just like that. It's just that simple. Not as complicated as you think. Take your top and you want to go ahead and blend that all out. Just like that. Blend it all out. And then what I like to do is I like to take my brush when it has a little bit of product on it and I just go in the front of my brows just like that to help like blend out that and get that faded look. That's how I get the faded look. So that's what I do. And then I go back in and I just fill in some of the spots where I feel like it might be a little too empty or not dark enough. So just like that, okay? So I'm going to go on and do the same exact thing on the other side. All right, on this side, you're taking your brush and you just taking your time. Take your time and you just cleaning it up really good, just like that. And then you're just pulling all of that product down. Y'all, I'm gonna have to skip this song because I don't want it to, I don't know how this works, if it like cuts you off or whatever. So okay, so I'm just gonna pull that product down. And I'm just taking my time just like that, okay? And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on to the other side and do the same exact thing that I did on the first side. Lay your brush flat, take your time, and you're using your edge to create that sharp line. Okay? And then you just want to blend that all out, okay? Blend all that product all out, and then you want to go back on your bottom to go ahead and thin the tip out. So you just go up, you create your shape, just like that, and then you just cut it off just like that. Blend all of that out, get some of that product off of your brush, so then you can go in and go in the front of your brow to go ahead and clean it up. All right, so now you have your brows. They're nice and decent and they look good. And then, like I said, you just go back and you fill in where you feel it's not dark enough or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it down right here because my hair is like long. All right, so okay, brows are looking good. Shared on Instagram, DMs on Facebook story. Thank you. All right, so the brows are done. Hey, Tina. Yes, I'm excited, right? I was like, let me try this out and see how this works. So I'm going live this morning. How about that? So now I'm going to go in with my Absolute New York, and this is the Cover and Correct. So that's this one right here, and this is in the color Fair, I believe. My sticker came off the bottom of this one. So I'm gonna look at this one. Yes, it's in the color Fair, ADCC01, okay? So I'm gonna go in with this to highlight underneath my brow. You guys, I think I'm gonna do a burgundy. I think I'm going to do something else because I did a burgundy before. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight underneath. Let me see, can I get closer? Ooh, y'all look at that. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing underneath. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this and clean it up just like that. Take your time. Boom, right? And then what you want to do is you want to just pull all of that product down, because that's going to help prep your eye for your colors. But you're also taking and cleaning up underneath there to give that highlight for your brow bone, okay? So you just want to pull that product down just like you did with the first one. Pull all of that down as much as you can. Okay? And then you're going to take a clean brush. I'm going to use this flat brush right here. It's a puffy flat brush. And I'm just going to take and blend all of that out. Now, some people like to go ahead and prep their whole eye. I don't, because then I get a whole bunch of creasing. So I usually wait. But I did put on a concealer. I mean, well, not a concealer, a primer on my lid. So it's already prepped and primed pretty much, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing on this side.
But healing is a process.
And like I said, take your time. You have to take your time so that you don't get none of that stuff in your brow.
Mr. Ivan, what happened in this place tonight?
Now, the only thing about about this live that I noticed is the comments come up so quick and then they disappear. So that's the only thing. If you can't multitask, it's going to be hard for you to catch your comments. But so far, so good. It seems very clear. You guys, is it clear on your end, or is it skipping or anything like that? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buff that out. Just like that. Buff it, buff it, buff it.
Carrying that weight?
So you have to be able to do your thing, plus pay attention to the comments, so on and so forth. Okay, so the brows are highlighted underneath. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start in with my eye. I'm going to start with this Juvia's palette right here. This one right here. And I'm going to go in with these two colors right here. I like to blend out my colors, but I use more than one at a time. Okay, so this one right here. And then I'm going to go in with this one. So this burnt orange and then this bright orange. The burnt orange first and then the bright orange. So I'm going to be dipping and dabbing into both of them at the same time. As far as brush wise, I'm going to use another like fluffy brush, which is this one right here. Now, you guys, these are my brushes by my company. I'm in the midst of transitioning, so I can't tell you the names of the brushes, but pretty much I usually have a full set of brushes. It's 10 brushes and it's 5 face brushes, 5 eye brushes. So that's what this is. But I'm going to go ahead and go in with these orange colors. I'm going to go in with that burnt orange first, which is Jamila, I think. And I'm just going to go ahead and I like to tap it on first and then go in a circular motion and begin to buff it. Now, some people go a little high with theirs. I don't go all the way up with mine just yet. I like to start off from the bottom and then work my way up closer to the brow, because I still like to have that brow highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with that burnt orange, and I'm just going to keep on going and keep on blending. And blending takes time. That's the most important part that I always teach when I do my classes, is the blending part. It takes time. So if you don't like to blend, then I don't recommend you to try colors, because colors take time. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to blend that out really, really good. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on the other side. I want to go back in with that burnt orange, and I'm using the same brush. I don't change my brushes until I go to another color. And I'm just blending that. And I'm taking my time. You don't want no harsh lines. That's another thing. If you see harsh lines, meaning if your eyeshadow is not like fading, it's a harsh line, okay? You don't want that. Okay, so now let me go back on this side. And I'm just blending it all out to make sure that I get that faded effect. Because like I said, you do not want your shadows to look like they're not blended good, okay? So boom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with this palette. This is the Masquerade palette by Juvia's. So I'm going to go in with this palette. And now I'm going to go into this burgundy color right here. This one right here, which is Zobo, I guess. I'm going to go in with that color, and I'm actually going to use my same brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and go right in the creasing area. And that's going to help create that crease that I'm looking for. So you're just going into that crease area. Same thing on this side.
Come on, if he did just that much for you, that would be a good applause.
Okay.
But there was some young
And then now I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow color. And this is called Red Eye. This is my eyeshadow from my eyeshadow company, which is this one right here. I'm going to go in with that. And that's going to go into that crease to help make that crease come out even more. So when you're doing a cut crease, you want to build up into your crease area, because that's how people get that dark part right where they're going to do the cut crease. That's how they get it. So if you're trying to ever figure out, well, how do they get that dark part as if they created a really sharp line, it's because they went in with different colors and built them up until they got a really nice dark distinct line in the crease area. So that's all I'm doing. I'm showing you guys how to do that. So you just want to keep going and keep on blending. Keep on blending until you get that crease the way you want it.
the old folks taught me a bit of Pentecostal holiness church.
Okay, but to make it even more smoky, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with some black. So let me fade that out, because what I say, no harsh lines. So go ahead and fade that out.
It wasn't just a quick touch, it was something that he would continue.
Actually, I'm going to go in with purple. So now I'm going to go in to my crease with, it looks blue on here, but this purple right here. And this is Makita. I'm using that same brush, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into that crease area with this purple.
So tonight we give glory to our God. We bless him because he is and ever will be the only.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep on creating that crease and defining that crease. So I'm going to keep on going into the middle part. Keep on going into that middle part until that crease is more defined, more than what it is. Same thing on this side. But you're going to have to go back because you got to blend out that harsh line, okay? So just keep on going into that crease. Okay, so now I'm going to take a clean brush so that I can buff everything out, because like I said, you don't want any harsh lines. So I'm just going to take this clean brush right here, another brush by my company. It's a puffy one, and I'm just going to buff that all out. Just like that. All right. Now I'm going to go back in because I want to define that crease even more. So now I'm going to go back to that first palette that I used, ooh, which is this one right here. And I'm going to go into that black right here. And this is going to help define that cut even more. All right. All right, blend that all out. No harsh lines, ladies. All right, let me get this brush up. Okay, so now let me go back, zoom back out. Okay, so now that I have that part all completed, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to create my cut. Let me blend this a little bit more right here. And I'm actually gonna do some glitter. I'm gonna do some purple glitter. So I do have glitters on sale, you guys, still. So here's what they look like. And I'm going to use this purple color right here. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the crease. I'm going to use that same concealer that I used right here to cut my crease. And I'm going to use that same purple to go behind the crease. I mean, to go on top of it when I cut it. And then on top of that, I'm going to put the glitter. Yeah, perfect. And then you just blending that all on. And when you're doing your line, you have to make sure that you're taking your time, because you don't want to mess it up. So take your time, y'all. Take your time. Okay? Now, I'm going to actually take this brush right here to blend all of that and blend it together. So you want to take your brush. Well, yes. Yeah, I'm going to take this brush. Yeah. And I'm just going to use what's already on there. And I'm just blending that out. Just like that. Just like that, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a flat brush. It doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to use this little flat angle brush right here. And I'm just going to put that purple color all over top of my lid right here. And I'm patting it on. You don't want to rub just yet. You want to pat. Okay, so now I'm going to rub it on. Okay. So just like that, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the glitter because I want to get that part out the way. So I'm going to take some glue. Now, everybody has a preference for what they do. Me, myself, I like to use lash glue. I'm going to use the Secure Hold that I purchased from Amazon. And I'm just going to put some of that on my finger. I'm just going to rub some of that on my finger. And then I'm just going to pat it because I don't want to have a whole bunch of glitter, just some. And I'm just going to take my middle finger that didn't have anything on it. I'm just going to pat that on. Well, actually, let me just put it on here. Okay, go ahead and pat that on. Just patting that on until you get the amount of glitter that you want. You just can keep on patting it on. Now, if this wasn't live, I would have fast forwarded this part. So I just pat it on just like that. And I'm actually going to take and make my line a little more distinct at the top. Okay. And I'm just going to create that line across the top. That's creating the border so that the glue won't go outside of that part. And I'm just going to take, now I'm going to take a brush and pat it on. You just pat it on. Perfect. So now I got that one eye done. So that's what it looks like. I'm actually, I'm going to take and smoke it out a little more on the back end. So I'm going to go back into that black from that Juvia's palette and add to the back of that, just like that. And I'm also going to create a wing. So I'm going to take this right here. This is by e.l.f. I'm going to take that and I'm going to create my wing. Now, you guys, I'm not a wing person, so I don't go like all the way up. I just go up a little. Just like that. And then I take an angled brush and I just go over top of that with my black eyeshadow to make it even more bold and dry it out, because I just found that it works best for me. Just like that, okay? So it feels like I got it all the way. Okay, so now on to this other eye. So let's go ahead and let's cut the crease. You want to make sure your creases are even. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pat on my purple eyeshadow from that Juvia's Place palette, the Masquerade palette. You want to pat it on first, and then you can go back in, you can rub it on. All right. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my glitter part. If I can find, where did I put, okay, right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that glitter part. All right, and it's just gonna take your finger and push it on. Take your brush to create that nice line, so you want to stick it in there, and you just want to go ahead and go across the line, just like that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to smoke out the back end again, just like I did the first time with the other side, by just adding some black and smoking that out right there. Let me make sure they're even. Yep. Let me go back on this side, make it darker. Across here too. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my wing on that side. I'm going to close up that glitter, close up that glue. All right, perfect. So now I'm just going to take my crease brush or this angled brush and I'm going to go over top of that with that eyeshadow. And just like that. Okay, boom. So both sides is done. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dust my face off. And I'm going to put on my lashes. Y'all, I'm pretty good with cleaning up as I go, so I'm going ahead and I'm putting everything that I used inside my brush washing. I have tons of brushes I need to wash, y'all, okay? I definitely will be doing a video on that too, because I know people might need to, but I have tons of brushes that I need to clean. All right, so now let's go ahead and do these lashes. I'm gonna dust my face off first. I'm gonna use this brush. Now, you know, you have some people that goes really, really bold with lashes. I'm not one of those people, you guys. So hopefully you won't be like, oh man, like, I'm not a bold lash girl. I'm gonna go in with some ordinary lashes. I can't tell you where they're from because I've had them. So I can't tell you where they're from, y'all. I don't know. And I'm just lining. And I'm using Duo Glue. Now, if you are new for putting on lashes, Duo Glue is really, really good because it, like, I'm waiting for it, but it turns to this color when it's time to apply it. So it's really good for new beginners for putting on lashes. I think if you never did it before, you might want to try that. Y'all, my lights are dying, so let me turn these lights on. All right, so they are able to be applied now. Oh, I think somebody got in my eye. Oh, y'all, some of it got in my eye, y'all. Y'all, wait a second, y'all. Ooh. Y'all, I might have to apply the lashes afterwards because, ooh, it just got in my eye. We can't have that, y'all. We can't have that. We're going to have to wait to apply them lashes because I'm not fooling with that stuff in my eye, honey. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next part, which is the foundation process. And I'll go back in and add my lashes. So you guys, I like to use Fit Me by Maybelline. I'm very oily, so I use matte. And I am a 355-340 mix. Why? 355 is really good, but for some reason, the 355 is too red for me, so I always mix the two. I'm going to take an ordinary brush, and I'm just going to dip it into there, and I'm just going to wipe it on my skin just like that. And this is the 355 right now. You don't want to forget your neck, y'all. Don't forget your neck, ladies. All across my forehead. All right. Okay, so now that I have the 355 on, now I'm going to go in with my 340. Now the 340 is more close to like more of the complexion of my neck. So, but the 340 is too light, so that's why I add the 355. All right. So now I'm gonna take a I believe this is a Real Technique brush. Hold on. Yes, I think it's a Real Technique brush. And yep. Uh and this is the stippling brush. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna push this all over in my skin. Don't forget your neck. Make sure you go in your hairline. All right. So once I go in with that brush, now I'm gonna go in with another brush, which is one of my company brushes, and it is a flat brush. It's a flat brush, if I can find it right here. It's a flat brush, and it is a wide brush. So I'm just gonna push that all into my skin. Just like that. So you just want to push that all into your skin. Just like that. Okay. Now, if you notice, I did not go under my eye. I like to save that for when I am doing my concealer. Because I have creasing under my eye, I do not put a whole bunch of product under my eye, because then I find it to be even more creasy. Okay? So let's go ahead and go in with our concealers. So I use a few different concealers. I'm going to go in first with my Fawn, and this is by the Pro Concealer, the LA Girl Pro Concealer. And I just like to take it down on the side of my nose and create a triangle on the side, just like that. All right, just like that. And then same thing on the other side. And this right here is pretty much bringing out the middle of your face, is what I like to say. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to create those triangles. And then something I like to do is meet it right here underneath. Down my nose. On my forehead. Hey, Rada. And then I'm going to go in with this is Maybelline New York, and this is in the color Sand Stable. And I'm just going to add some of that on here. Just like that. Right up here. Down my nose. And then I'm going to go in with this one right here, is the the concealer by Ruby Kisses, and this is in the color Light Tan. So I'm also going to put some of this on in the same places, but not a lot. And I like fawn because fawn is a good tone color for me, but it's not light enough. I like a lighter highlight. Okay. So right there, right there, right there. All right. Boom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another brush. This is by my company as well. Oh, thank you. Yes, this is the purple glitter. So this is going to be one of my holiday editions as well. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to push that into my skin just like that. Start from the bottom. And you're going to work your way up. Start from the bottom. Work your way up. Now, if you're doing your eye right, you can create a line to make it look very sharp. But you got to do it right. See that? And I'm just going up. Same thing on this side. Start from the bottom and work your way up. All right, and I'm going to come up on the side of my temple as well because I don't want a distinct line on the side of my face. So you want to go in right there. All right, push this all in right up here and then all down your nose. Okay. So now that you have all of that area highlighted and concealed, now we're going to set all of that, okay? I like to use a mix of 3 different kinds. So I go in with an e.l.f. translucent. I like to go in with the Ruby Kisses HD Set and Forget. And on top of that, I also like to use the Sasha Buttercup. So I have a mixture of 3 different kinds. And on top of that, I go in with some pressed powder. Okay, so let me go in with my mixture first. And I'm going to use that same brush that I just used. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just push that into my skin. Y'all, this does give you a really good matte. Really, really good matte. Let me back my lights up because I look extremely bright. Even though I'm not bright. I'm not that bright. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to push this into my skin. Same thing on this side. I'm just pushing this into my skin. Forehead. Down my nose. And on the sides of my nose. All right. So now that I have that pressed in really good, right? Now I'm going to go over top of this highlight with my pressed powder. And this is in the number 130. And this is also going to help me get a nice bright highlight. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now that I have that, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to contour, y'all. We about to contour. Now, some people like to go in with a different contour. You can do cream. Some people do cream. Some people go straight in with powder. Sometimes I do both depending on what I want. So I'm going to do both today. I'm going to use the black opal, and this is in the color ebony. stick to do my contour. So I'm going to go down my face right here on the sides, a little on the sides of my forehead, just like that. And then I'm going to go down around my neck to contour my chin. Down around my neck. And that helps make your neck disappear. For those ones who have a chunky neck. I'm going to go in with a different brush. I'm going to go in with this brush right here. This is by my company as well. And I'm just going to blend that out. So I'm pushing that upwards. And I'm bringing it up the side of my face. Same thing with blending all of that up there out around my forehead. You want to blend. This is a little harder to blend, especially when your face is already like dry. So you can spray if you like. Up the side of my face. Same thing on this side. Same thing. And then down here, you want to blend this part downwards. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to take your brush that you use for your foundation and go right over top of that, because that's going to help bring everything together. Same thing on this side. You want to go over your forehead again, all right here. And this is pulling everything together. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything that I just did as far as that. I'm going to use the Black Radiance and Rich Mahogany, and this is the pressed powder. And I'm going to set everything that I just did as far as contour. And I'm buffing that. Okay. And then you want to take what's left on your brush and go up the sides of your nose. That helps contour your nose. Take it and go up into your brow. Everything underneath here, you want to make sure you set that as well. Okay, so now that I have that part, everything done there. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of my setting powder. Well, no, I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Sasha, just a little bit. And I'm going to use a beauty blender with an angle like this, and how I get a sharp edge for that contour line. On the sides of my nose. Now, I know this is a long process for some, but it's worth it, because then you'll see how much you'll like your face afterwards. Well, of course you should like your face before, but you'll see the difference with taking your time and going through and doing like all of the parts that most makeup artists do. Now, do I do this every day? No. First of all, I don't even do makeup every day. But do I do all of these steps every time when I do my makeup? No, I don't. No, I don't. I just don't. Um, it depends on what you're doing and how you want it to look. That's how you know how much you do. Okay, I'm going to take some of that over my brow to help tone down that brow. Okay, so now that that is all finished and complete, I feel like I'm all done with that part. So now I can go ahead and I can finish up my eyes, which is underneath the bottom. I want to go ahead and smoke that out even more. So I'm going to use the Tarte palette, and I'm going to use a black pencil, and this is by Wet n Wild. You guys, the Wet n Wild black pencil is really good. I feel like it's waterproof. It's very hard to get all majority of the time. And just line the bottom of your lids. Just like that. And then I'm going to take another brush, which is my smudge brush, and this is a smudge brush by Sephora. That's this brush right here, and I'm going to go underneath, and I'm just going to add some black to smoke that out. Just like that. Okay, so now that so now that that part is all smoked out, now I need to put my lashes on. Okay, so y'all, I might have to do them lash things afterwards because it is so complicated right now. I just don't. Okay, let's try. Y'all, I do not want to try these. Okay, wait. No, wait. Let me spray my face first. I'm going to mix too. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. spray, and then I'm going to go in after that. I know that's right. I forgot all about putting my primer on this morning. I was like, oh wait, forgot primer and set. Oh girl, just spray. Something that I learned, if you forget primer, is spray your face with your setting spray and then go in with powder while it's wet. It'll help set it even more. Okay, so that's first. Now, before I do my second spray, I'm going to go ahead and do that highlight. Y'all want your highlight to pop, you make sure you apply it while your face is wet, okay? So I'm going to use a few different highlights. I'm going to go in with my gold. First, I'm going to go in with the hard candy, that one right there in the middle. But I'm trying to rush because I want to do it while it's wet. Okay? So, boom. The first highlight. Okay. That's your first one. And this is all preference. I just like to go in with a few because I just like the look of the few. And then this one right here is by Nicka K, and this is the Perfection Highlighter. And this is in the color Rose Pink. I'm going to take that up over top of my brow too area. Down my nose, right on the tip, and then right in the middle. You don't want to go straight down, just in the tip and in the middle. That's what gives that elongated effect. Right here in the middle of my forehead and on top of my lip. Now I'm going to go in with my gold. Oh, what happened? Okay, it's still going, but it's paused. I don't know what happened. Okay. So if you can still see me, I'm gonna still go. And now I need to add a little bit of highlight underneath my brow. So I'm gonna take, oh, there we go. So now I'm gonna take this brush right here, which is a e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And I'm just gonna add some of this highlight underneath my brow. I might have to switch. Let me add some of this one underneath my brow. The rose pink one. Yeah, that's better. All right. So now that I have all of those different highlights, I feel like I'm like highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Highlighted. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some mascara. And the mascara that I've been using is the e.l.f. Volume Plumping Mascara. This mascara is really, really good. So I'm gonna do my under my bottom lashes first. A lot of people don't do your bottom lashes, but you should. Okay. And I like to do my mascara on my top lashes after I put on my lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and do my few moles. And then let's go ahead and do our second spray. You want to know some amazing setting spray. This is a 24-hour lasting Broadway. You guys, this right here is really, 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 really good. This right here is really good. Get you some. Really, really good. I missed this side of my face. Okay. So now while this is drying, I'm going to start preparing to do... Y'all, I really need to wash brushes. My thing is overloaded. Okay. So now while I'm waiting to do that, let me put this stuff away. I like to put stuff away as I'm going because I just find it to work best for me, okay? You don't have to. Okay, so I'm going to try to apply my lashes again. Let's see how this lash thing worked this time, okay? So, y'all, the first time I got glue all in my eye. Yes, I did. All right, so boom. Let's try this again. Y'all, this highlight is on point today. I gotta change my clothes and then I'm gonna get myself dressed and then I'll be ready for my day. Ooh. I gotta get myself ready for my day. Let me put my earrings on. I'm feeling pearly today. Let me go ahead and do my lips while we're waiting for that lash to get a little tacky. I'm going to line my lips with the Perfect Tone Matte Cream 5405, and this is by Black Radiance. This is like a brownish kind of. And then I'm going to put the matte in the middle. Oh, I think I kind of like this color though. Just a little bit. Just a little. Let's go ahead and try to apply this lash again. These ones might be the ones that I don't know, y'all. I might have cut this one too short. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the other one. All right, and I'm going to give you guys some encouragement before I get off of here. That's the whole purpose of this called the Makeup Ministry is, I believe, what you guys see on here. I'm not sure if that's what you see or not, but that's what I call it, the Makeup Ministry. But I want to play this again, so let me put this on repeat. Okay. Y'all, look at that lip. Ooh, that lip is cute, y'all. Oh, y'all, this lip is really cute. Okay. So, y'all, my eyes getting too watery. I'm gonna have to redo this one. Ooh. That's the only thing about lashes sometimes, y'all. When your eye get watery, honey, that thing don't work. It be like, absolutely not. All right. So, while we wait for that lash, let me go ahead and do my mascara. I need to wipe my hands. So let me take out my bag of wipes, you guys, and I'm going to wipe my hands. All right. I might have to use alcohol to get that off. Okay. But while we're waiting, let me put mascara on this eye.
The fire of your spirit.
Okay.
We welcome you, oh Lord. We welcome the Shekinah glory. Lord, we welcome your manifested presence. Saturate us, empty us. We are vessels before you, God. Come on, let's begin to empty yourself tonight. Just begin to empty all of yourself tonight. That the Spirit of the Lord can be released in this house like never before. God, we welcome your presence in this place. We welcome the fire of your Spirit. The fire of your Spirit. The fire of your Spirit.
Okay, perfect. All right. I got it on that time, y'all. Okay. So I don't want to put no mascara on just yet because I don't want to snatch the lash off. You know what I mean? So I'm going to wait, but I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the encouragement of the day. So the encouragement for today is to stay motivated, you guys. Stay motivated. It does not matter what people say to you. It doesn't matter what people think about you. It doesn't even matter how or what you think of you. All that matters is what God thinks of you. And God thinks the world of you. God thinks that you're such a precious gift. And if you stay motivated, you stay uplifted, you stay encouraged, you'll believe what he believes. You'll begin to believe that you are as precious as a ruby. You're as precious as gold. You're something so precious that people cannot just say what they want and do what they want and mistreat you and treat you the way that they want. So stay encouraged, stay motivated, stay uplifted. I love you guys. Keep on coming back to join me as I will continue to do my best to deliver. I love you guys.